Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're going to start another campaign today called the Gems of Provenance. We're going to play Mission 1, the Valley of the Burns. This was chosen by Skacky as the winner of the Thief Ambiance competition, and it's a Thief Gold mission. Originally released in 2013, I believe, as a part of a 2-mission campaign, and then it was re-released, more updated for New Dark in 2015, when it was finally called the Gems of Provenance. So I have not played the original version. I'm not sure if there's too many differences. This is made by StinkyKitty. This is the first mission I'm playing of his. I know that he has at least one other release for one of the recent contests, the Thief 1 contest. But I haven't played any of those. So let me know if you have and if you recommend any of his other missions. I will play the rest of this campaign. I'm not sure if I'll prioritize finishing that before the other campaigns that I'm doing. Probably not. The next video, the next mission is going to be a continuation of Keeper of the Prophecies, Insurrection, Mission 3. But a quick disclaimer, I don't think that I will be able to upload as frequently in the next coming months as I have in the last year or so. Things are getting pretty busy, both at work and family, so I will need to tone it down a little bit, so you'll just have to be a little bit patient. But it's still a lot more often than I used to do some years back. Anyway, let's start. So we're going to play on Expert. There's no briefing video here on this one. So I'm going to skip straight to the objectives. Now, the info file doesn't say very much more than what the objectives here say, so I'm not going to read that separately. All the talk about the Widow's Ire gemstone has made it go up in price. Take the mountain road to the pump station and get into the gardens. From there, you should be able to find a way down to the underground mansion. An associate of yours has tipped you off on a special item, the Mask of High Priest Calone or Cayone. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Spanish related. The best way is the thief's way. Don't kill any humans. So there is a little bit of extra information, but it just, in the info file, talks about you needing rent, and this gemstone is very high in value, apparently. Now, the first time this was released, it was released as a double pack called Widow's Ire. Now, Widow's Ire is the name of the second mission of the whole Gems of Provenance campaign. So don't let the titles there confuse you. So the next one in this campaign then is called Widow's Ire. So we won't actually find the gemstone. All we are going to do is find the entrance to the mansion. So this is a pretty good mission. It's definitely not among my favorites. It is a little bit rough around the edges, very simple, simplistic, but the level design is very clever. One thing that I think counts against the mission is that it is actually very linear. There are some options here and there, but the options will all take you to the same spot without very much variety in how to get there. You'll see that the whole map, once we start on sort of the real area, it'll just be a big loop. We'll come back to where we started, almost. So, yeah. But it's a solid mission. I don't know, I would maybe like a 7 out of 10, something like that, 7.5 out of 10. I probably wouldn't go any higher than that. I did enjoy it, but it doesn't match up with some of the other creations. It has a very, very strong Thief 1 Dark Project feel to it. There's a mix of many of the classic original missions there, so that's cool. But I don't think it's enough to sort of elevate this mission to a really, really high rank, in my opinion anyway. Let me know what you think. So, we have a note from Limlin that we're going to read. That's about the mask that we're getting. And we certainly don't need anything from the store. Now, a rope arrow would be very good. We don't have one to start with. But we do need one, and we're going to get one. Not right away, but after not too long. There's no map for the mission at all. So we start here, sort of in the end.
Better get to work.
Entrance to the mountains here. Okay. Let me just check the... Just a second here. Okay. So we start in the mountains, and there's some caves here. Some mining caves. So if we go in here, we can find the remains of a body, a boulder, and a silver nugget worth 50. The other end here has a block passage. There's a couple of moss arrows that you can take, but you can't get through that area. Some more cave systems. There's a couple of ledges up top. We're going to get there, but a different way. There's no enemies yet. Okay, so here's a cave that we need to drop into. Now, if you drop into the water from here, you'll actually take damage unless you drop directly into the hole here. Like that. There's nothing else in the water. There's a few underwater areas, and they can be very tight to navigate through. You can get stuck on the sides quite easily. We shouldn't need to use any breath potions here. So a little cave. Nothing of interest in here, though. It takes us to another mining cave that we haven't seen before. Some remains. There's a book. Brother Martel, I hath grown weary of thine feeling of dread, which thou art wont to spout when anyone is within listen. Hath thine faith declined? If not, then wherein comes this fear? Perhaps I shall schedule thee a trip to the valley to strengthen thine resolve. These chambers of Provenance, as thou callst them, is a futile study. Thine theories on the correlation of the removal of the floating gems and the evil stirring within the Heretic's hollow are theories at best. I know my workers mine close to the hollow, but there lieth the richest gold veins. I do it for the sake of the builder and his church. Abandonment of the mines is out of the question. Not even Cragscleft is as golden. Stick to thine task, and I shall stick to mine, Brother Sentis. So, Heretic's Hollow is an area that we will get to pretty late, and we will see the mines that lead up to it. So, luckily for us, the mines are there, so we can get to the Hollow. Okay, this is then taking you back to the caves that we just came from. Now we're on the upper level that we saw from below. I don't think you can mantle over here, at least I haven't been able to. And here, there's a door here, but there's a zombie. You can see the hand right behind this one, and you can't get in here without getting a first alert. So we can't do that. That door isn't operational. So he fully wakes up. But you can take whatever you need from the outside. There is a gold hammer. That's all we really can take. Worth 25, no, 75, total 125. And then we can drop down here and get a gold nugget. And that should be it, total 225. Now we're going to get close to the pump station that was talked about. And there is a guard here. 2 guards, actually, that's going to start a scripted response that's a little bit strange. We're going to see one guard here. As soon as we sort of see him, he'll start a scripted look. He's not alerted or anything. And then he is going to walk up to the door you see in the distance there. And there's another guard, an archer, right up on the plateau that controls and lifts. There's a button up top. There's no button on the bottom for the lift. You have to operate it up and down from the top. So these guards are part of a scripted sequence right now. Waterfall, you can't go up there. Now we have to catch a ride up the lift with this guard. You can't shoot the button from below, but that will certainly alert the guy upstairs. And when this guard comes to the top, I've never had him actually move.
Password? What's up?
Okay. So that has happened to me once before, that this guy turns. I think actually is supposed to be walking up the entrance to the pump station, but he doesn't always do that. Well, he's never done that with me. But he turns around and, you know, faces north, which we can't have. There's no way we can get past this area if that's the case. So we have to basically replay this until he doesn't face north, which has happened more often than not for me.
Password? What's up?
See now, for some reason he doesn't turn. I have no clue why that is, but he doesn't. He didn't. So if he doesn't turn, then we can go up unseen. So, Marbleman has a ghost report for this mission, and he reported a similar experience here. We're not doing anything to interrupt it. There's a randomness in whether the script completes or not, I guess, or maybe there's a randomness in what way he turns too, and we can just use that. Doesn't matter. We are home free, and we can continue here. So now we're in the actual pump station. And this is actually the most difficult area of the mission is in here, I would say. One of the more difficult areas. Let's see. So here is a stationary archer. He can face the direction he is now or away from us directly. But he will never turn this way. And there's a patrolling guard that you also can see there. We're going to head down to the barracks first.
What was that?
Yeah, there's a guard there. Actually, let's see if we can beat him. Right here. Go in here. Now, here's a strange situation because Marbleman reported in his video, no, in his written report, that when he entered this room, this, which is the captain of the guard, woke up. So that's the first alert. That's not allowed. I've never had this happen. I've entered this room several times, never had him wake up, and he doesn't wake up now. Now, maybe he was playing the original release, the 2013 release. Maybe there's a slight difference there. I have not tried it in that release, but I never had a problem with this. So we can freely go in here, and that's very important for us because there's a key here, a hatch key that we need to get a couple of extra pieces of loot. It's not required to finish the mission, but it is good for us to have. Now in here you also have 2 broadhead arrows and a flash bomb. We're going to have to return that hatch key. As you see, he does not wake up from that either, so that's totally fine. Okay. In here overall, we're going to read a proficiency report. Captain Muntz, 6th day of midfall. Proficiency report. GAN seed oil supplied to any corrosion. All pumps and mechanics in working order. Diamond tooth gear replaced by the fellow from Public Waterworks. He seems a bit green, but after 13 hours he managed to get the gear in place and running again. I'm keeping him at watch over the pump station for 1 night just to be safe. Old gear in storage until shipment back to factory. Burrick tunneling heard last night by Keel. Imminent danger to pump station. Request eradicator. This time one with a license. Barry cannot restrain himself from the ale. Suggest transfer of Barry back to the city. Water extraction from Great Tree running smoothly. The water quality is better even than our natural spring. The gardens are greener than ever before. Master Gardener Gruel's whereabouts still remain unknown. Advise hiring replacements. Minor collapse in one of the tunnels in the mountain pass. We'll have to reinforce with even more metal. Graciously I serve you, my lady Gillis. Captain Munt. So, Lady Gillis is where we are stealing the gemstone from. She's a a widow. Her husband is... People are suspecting her of killing her husband, actually. Poisoning him, I think it says in the original info. Now, Public Waterworks, I think, is the title of the third mission in this campaign. And I think the fourth one is called Mercenaries. Maybe the third and the fourth I'm mixed up there. I think this is the third. We don't need this one. Okay. So we're going to hide in here until that guard comes back. And then we are going to... They don't hear the doors here. Thief 1, they don't really hear them. Here we're going to take a bottle of wine, 2 goblets, and head back out. There. There's also a deer leg, and a cheese, and a couple of loaves in the kitchen. Hide up here so that we can leave.
Someone behind.
There's also a couple of moss arrows in the kitchen that you can take. I'll show you those. Go up here until before you go light, and then you can take them. They're in the...
Did you see something? No! Over mess with me and your crow!
There's 2 of them. 1 or 2. There's a couple of loaves of bread too on the shelf there. So now we have the hatch key, which means that we can access a hatch over here. I think this guy actually needs to turn for us to go through here. No. Okay, if we station ourselves like there, now he turned. In one of these footlockers are 2 noisemaker arrows as well. Let's see, let's block that, so now it's locked. I'm going to drop down and then close it on my way down. We have to go back and return the hatch key, but that's fine. So now we can go down here. Like that. And let me show you. One very, very strange cave. With a bunch of mushrooms. Or is it? No, it's not. It's diamonds. It's not mushrooms. There's a total of, I think, 4 water arrows down here. 2, 3, 4. That's all there is down here. So it's sort of a cave underneath suspended water. We're not going to go that way, though. We're going to go out here. And we get to a strange situation. One more scripted sequence. This is the gear that was talked about, I believe, in the readable. Total 355. Now let me show you what's going on here. Up here there's a gear. Or a lever, rather, that operates some gears. If you flip that, it's going to stop this machine, or this electrical circuit on the wall here. Knock out this guy first. So this is a patrolling guard. He goes up and down. He was the one that we saw above, actually, come out from the door there. But this guard right here, if we don't do something with him, then there's no way we can't go back up the hatch from the watered cave. And we can't go up these stairs the way it is now anyway. When we flip that lever, a script is going to start. It's going to make him run down here and check out what's happened to the machines. So So that scripted sequence is totally okay for Supreme and Ghost. Scripted sequences are just outright allowed. We just have that rule because each scripted sequence will then need to be assessed individually. And nobody alerts. All you're doing is you're triggering an alarm, a little alarm here, but the other guard that patrols does not alert. So it's not someone that actually alerts, he's just on a scripted patrol, so he'll run down here and stand here and mutter a few things and look at the gauges here. That's all he'll do. Now, the problem is that we have to time the other guard. Okay, I think actually we can do this. Let's see. I want to flip it back too, so that I reset it, sort of. I don't think I fully flipped it there, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if we can do it with the speed, the way it's going right now.
Listen! Hear that?
Oh, he saw me. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that other guard to come down fully and then turn around again. So that we have maximum time to get up there. The guard that comes down will never return. But for us to be able to get the piece of loot, this piece of loot, the gear here, and a purse up above. Let's see, I think that's good. We need to do this quicker. There. You can see what he does.
What am I not doing?
So what am I not doing, he's saying, and running down. He also gives a little second remark. We're going to do something now that is kind of tough to do. We're going to go around here. We're going to get a piece of loot from...
I heard that!
The footlocker there.
Someone... Oh my God.
So we need maximum time here in order to...
Who's there?
He hears us, I think. Purse.
Someone behind me.
And that archer there needs to be facing north. So I think actually I'm going to be making a real save here so that I can quick save up. Up here. He needs to be facing north. There's no way we can do this without him. Face north. He'll see us the instant we... So I'm going to save it there. So he again is facing... In my experience, he does face east more than he faces north.
Did that shadow?
Oh, and now I went a little bit too early here. He's on his way up now, the other guard. That's the problem. Let's try that.
What's going on?
So we can't go through the doorway there too without getting an alert from him.
Who's there?
It's a little bit random if he gives an alert or not. There, he didn't. just in time. We have to hide back here. Because he'll come back, and he can see us if we are stationed a little bit closer to the door here. There we go. So now we took the purse.
Something move.
So he also has to be stationed.
Something move. Something move.
It seems like he's destined to. Okay, good. We got out of there.
Hey.
So we have to mantle up so that we don't make that clang too here. This is a difficult. There.
What's that?
Okay, so we have to have him again facing east. No, north. We move back enough here, maybe he won't see us. Yeah, there we go. Hatch key, like that. Yeah, nobody heard us there. Closed all the doors, right? Yep. Good. So then we have done that. That actually warrants a real save. Okay. Probably need to wait for that guard to come out here now. And then when he returns, we can go through this area. It is... well... let's try, anyway. If we stand here, then we can make it, but it depends on this guy.
We've got.
Sneak along the western wall here, then the other guard over there won't see us, and we can go across this way without that other archer turning. Good. There's a couple of guards with the conversation that you can hardly even hear because it's so loud in here. Okay, here we got it.
Could be worse.
Dough. Just patrol around in circles.
You'd rather be sweeping streets again?
Instead I was meeting people.
Yeah, but the wrong kind of people.
Down here.
Boring, boring, boring.
Here is a purse worth 100, total 555. So this, we're pretty much done with the pump station now. I'm gonna wait for this guard to come out, leave, and then I can leave. Breath potion here too. Okay. Go down here. This is a water tank. You can leave that way, but he will hear the splash, this guard. Plus, you can't make that swim without at least using a breath potion or taking damage. neither which is allowed for Supreme, so I'm going to instead take another way. Let's wait for that archer to come back here. Up here on the walkway are 2 rope arrows. We need one of those. They're the only 2 rope arrows available before we get down to the garden. And we need a rope arrow in the garden, one of the first things we need down there. So, very important placement of those rope arrows, I must say. Okay, so up here. Get our rope. If we stay like not close to the edge, then he won't see us, and we can head up here. The other rope arrow, of course, we do not need. Okay, now we're coming to a burrock cave. There's a single burrock in here. So you stay crouch and then head right, then he won't see you. He is right behind that broken wall there. There's a cave behind him, but there's also a cave in the ground that you can drop down there, but we can't do that without getting spotted. So we instead have to head down to the gardens a different way. Or there's only one other way, really, and that is down here. Now we have to make a drop here without getting spotted by a patrolling archer. We have a rope arrow, we don't need that. So we need to land here on that little ledge, on the edge of the ledge. Good, I wanted to trigger the patrol of that archer down here. He turns around. We can go. This is a little bit of a tricky drop, because we have to land just right. Not like that, that was way too far to the left. That too. Might take a couple of tries this. That wasn't far away. Okay, that was a good drop. I'm surprised I lost any health there. Didn't take that many tries really when I did it. My practice run here. Come on. That is a good one. I'm not really sure why I lost health there. Okay. Oh. We're sloped too, so it's very difficult to control my movement here. It's way too far away from it. I'm not sure why this has taken so long. I did not anticipate this to be that difficult. Can I use a rope here? Yeah, then I get that famous...
Who's noising about then?
Who's noising about then? This is very, very strange, because I did not spend that much time on this. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up here. Maybe I'm taking the wrong approach or something. You should land right on the edge and then you can bounce a little bit out. I did that a couple of times. I don't know why I'm... This is the only way down for us, and we can't take damage. Can't take damage for... Sorry about this, guys. This was not something I anticipated spending time on. There we go. Oh. Good. Okay. So now we're gonna head. Now we're in the garden area. There's no map in this mission. Did I say that already? If I did, say it again. There's no map, which makes it a little bit difficult to maneuver around, maybe. But there's no way we can get anywhere else here besides this way. I can show you the other way. So we're gonna head, the exit is that direction. If you drop down here, I can actually show you a few things. So readable, that I'll read, and a couple of mines, I think, in this footlocker through this window. The gardens, they grow so very well down here, despite the rock, the rock, the rock. The gardens sing, the rock plays, the moon to your garden hums. The gardens, my life, I imagine no other. The vines are warm, the leaves so soft. Drowsy, dreamsy of the foliage. Sleepsy, eternal in the earth. Soothing melody wraps myself in. Eternal. Okay. Head over here.
Is that you?
So, stationary archer, absolutely no way we can get this way. And this marks the sort of one of the entrances to the actual garden itself. Completely brightly lit. Patrolling guard there, that'll probably spot me now. And then there's the guards at either end here.
I see you there. Who is that?
No way we can get that way. So, and you saw the other stationary swordsman down here. So this is the only tunnel that is accessible for us. Nothing in here. Okay, you can hear some spiders. Little mini chimney here from a nearby fireplace. You can't go up or down that. This is the cave that leads directly down from the barrack. If you fall down, you'll come down here. I'm going to go all the way this way to get a couple of pieces of loot, a stack of copper coins, and a gold, purple vase. Total 610. If you go this way, actually show you. Lose quite a bit of health here. Here are 2 more rope arrows and a panel that'll take you actually to the moon tier garden. Here. So I'm not going to go this way. You can do this, but I need to come from above because there's a piece of loot up there. So I'm going to go back here. Peephole down here. So we're going to drop to this area. Just here there are 2 stacks of silver coins and 1 stack of copper coins. Now in here is a big storage room. The problem now is that big, not the big, but that stationary spider over there. He will see us the instant we come out of this window. Well, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe we can drop like that. I'm not going to do that though, because it'll take a few tries. He sees you on this side too, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, he's very alert. So we are instead going to drop down here. And head in this way. Here's a water tunnel. It's not really that important for us. There's a ring in this one. A couple of boxes in here. Total 739. And then we are going to mantle up here. Now he can see us if we move fast. So not going to move fast. There's another 2 spiders in here. They should not see us at all. But through this window there is a gold candlestick and a book. Thesis on Chambers of Provenance by Martel Dovetail. The Valley of the Burned is truly a place of magnificence. Long ago, the Brethren of Old built a holy mausoleum to house the dead, and they built it right into the Chamber of Provenance. Rivers of fire burn below as the Crematorium burns above. Thus, they named the Chamber of Provenance as ominously as they could, the Valley of the Burned. Yet, I believe the Chambers of Provenance are not ominous at all. In fact, the word Provenance translates to of the spring, which I believe means they are the cradle of nature. Consider the waterfalls we have found, flowing upwards instead of down, or bodies of water suspended above a cavern, or the lost city of Mysteria, which generates its own weather. It is as if in their youth, the chambers have not yet learned how to behave properly. The gems themselves must be the source. In every chamber we discovered, there lay a gemstone within its center. The removal of these gems is worrisome. The Valley of the Burned was once filled with water so clear and pure, it was like glass. Once the gem was removed, the water drained away within a month, and the magma spilled forth. Consider another case. The Heretic's Hollow has contained 2 heretics. One murdered his teacher, the other burned his brethren inside a chapel. As the Master Coroner says, at one time one could barely tell an evil lurked within. Now the evil engulfs you. Only the strongest purification can stand against it. It is possible that the very gems found in Mysteria were crafted into powerful objects of magic. The builder's apprentice had a gem on the hilt of his sword, which seemed to give him tremendous strength in battle. I heard one tale of a wizard who bound his very heart and soul into 2 gemstones, and although it may seem like a children's story, all stories were Provenance somewhere. If we do not leave such things alone, we may be forced to leave the Valley of the Burned, as we were forced to leave our beloved cathedral 8 years ago. If I will not be listened to, perhaps I must find an artifact myself which contains a gem of Provenance, and prove the power that these gemstones possess. Interesting. So we got a little bit of backstory there on the Valley of the Burned and the Heretic's Hollow. Now we're going to drop here without getting spotted by this spider. And we can do that this way. Now we're going to head over here. This door's unfrobbable, but there is a nicely hidden golden goblet right behind the pillar. Total 814. Show you a few more things. Up here you have 2 moss arrows and a healing potion, and then the spider's right behind. There's a hole there that I thought there was something in when I played it the first time. There wasn't. Which means that we are done here. So we are going to...
Dinner.
Let's see. Let me go the other way. I think that's smarter.
Is that you?
Let's see.
What's that? Who got?
Yeah, we have to wait for that card. Can we wait here, maybe?
Stop!
No, we can't. Let's be a little bit patient. Back, so Oh no, he goes in that way. Okay, that's good. Oh my gosh, he saw us through that little area. Now over here, there's a pool of water. Here, that's where you come out if you go through the little... If you go through that little pond in the storage room. Okay, now we're gonna have to go back through here. To do that, we need to use another rope. Oh! Not like that. Like that. So now we're back here. We're just going to have to wait for that archer and then follow him. We've covered pretty much all the areas in the gardens.
Is that you?
So this mission cannot be Supreme Ghosted, and we're coming up on the first bust. We only have to take one first alert. We can get all the loot, luckily, but we cannot do it without busting Supreme. Let's go through here. There's another hidden panel. Okay, there's a hole at the other end that will take you down to the other side of the Moon Tier Garden. We're going to go up here instead. Let's see. So this is the main entrance to the garden, and you can sort of see the archer, stationary archer, just outside. But up here, there's a little bit of a hidden piece of loot. There are glasses, actually worth 200. Total 1,014. So here comes our first Supreme bust then. Tried long and hard to figure out how to get past the stationary guard. We have to go up those stairs. There's no other way to get up there. We can drop down here without getting an alert, but we can't run up the stairs without getting one because there are two torches in the stairs that'll light us up too much. So I'm going to wait for this patroller to come back down so that I can time him. Let's see, I'm going to make a real save here. And then I'll do something like that. Will that be good? I have to... Pretty sure that's good. Actually, let's wait for him to come back. We have to take a first alert from this guard, but I don't want to take one from the patrolling guard. Sounds like he's coming back now. Let's try that. Drop like that. Without an alert, and then we can...
Hello? Show yourself.
There. We got one alert only. This is a scripted response, actually, where they will have a conversation.
I think you're a sleepy. Not me. Thought I saw something. Hello? Show yourself.
Okay, he did not give anything more than a first alert here.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yeah, he didn't.
Hello? Anyone there? Guess not.
Yeah.
I think you're a sleepy. Not me. See you napping a bit. Dreams that you did.
So, that's a scripted run that guard makes when you come into the upper moon tier garden here. Or I guess the moon tier garden is down there. So I wanted to get up here before they were done with our conversation. But we got one first alert there from the other guard. Empty room. But then on the other side... there is a compound key that we're going to need. And you heard we're going to get new objectives here. 3 of the brothers hath barricaded themselves inside the keep. They are furious over brother Kinbale's conviction and execution for heresy. And why? Doubt hath entered their hearts, and their minds are clouded. They hath told us of many traps which will slay anyone who dares enter, enemy or brother. Meanwhile, the attempt to seal the breach in the mines has been abandoned. All brethren are evacuating the compound, and the door shall be locked. Many hath remained in the valley, believing the pestilence will not pass through there. I myself must pay a visit to the master coroner. Brother Kinbale was one of the bearers of the keep's key. I pray it hath not been buried with him. I hath not time for the hours of blessings before I can enter the heretic's hollow. I hath ordered the hole in the seminary aqueduct to remain open for the time being. It lieth directly under the air vent to the keep. I know not what may happen up there, but I will not take my chances if events force the misguided brothers to jump. Build or keep us. So, now we have gotten a new objective. Get the keep key from the Heretic's Hollow. The Seminary Aqueduct is your way in. It says Aqueduct, but Aqueduct, obviously. So we need the compound key to do that. Now, I also forgot to read the note from Limlin. Garrett, landed me a tidbit which might pique your interest. I knew you'd be getting after the Widow's ire since all the rep it's gained. Anyways, on your way in, snatch me the mask of High Priest Calone. Will you? His face was pushed into a smelter as an acolyte, and his fame as the purger of the North District should fetch a penny or two. I'm offering 120 and no less. His tomb is in the compound's catacombs. Good luck, Limlin. Okay.
Who goes?
So when you reload, that script starts over again every single time. It's so annoying.
Sleepy. Not me. See you napping a bit. Dreams that you did.
Up here, 2 row barrows. And up here is an explosive charge, if you're interested. I'm not. Okay, so those double doors there you can't get to. Show you. Garden of Lovers. This is the keep entrance. And then in here are some tombs. And then a locked door. This is actually where we're going to come out once we have entered the compound. And That is here. These rooms here are empty. This room is not empty. 2 stacks of silver coins and a stack of gold coins. 1,063. Don't think there's any readables either here. Nope. It's a bed block in the door. There's a patrolling zombie here. We're going to need to dodge. Show you what's going on here. We're not going to go down here anyway. Here's a bunch of zombies in a ring. Now, if you want to see something funny, from above there's a hole you can shoot or throw a mine maybe down onto those explosive barrels, and all the zombies will blow up simultaneously. That is amusing. In here, this guy's harmless. I think we can walk actually straight past him. Yep. Here are 2 fire arrows. Actually, I might actually take this route. Because in here there's this gold nugget and 2 silver nuggets. We don't need to go in here, but
Over there.
and here's another copy of the compound key and a readable. I worry about Acolyte Malston. He seems obsessed about the smelter, singularly manning it hour after hour and into the morning. He even demanded that no more silver ore be shipped to the factories, insisting he can keep up with the mining. Though his extraction of high-quality silver is impressive for an Acolyte, I cannot allow this behavior to continue. Even when he does show up to morning prayer, he's always in a rush to get back to the smelter. Just this morning, he was in such a hurry that he knocked over one of the fonts. Did not even stop to apologize for the damage.
Too much coffee.
So these are holy water fonts, which you can use, and of course, destroy the zombies down below. Show you something else also. You can head up here, and here are 2 mines. So from here you can drop one of this. Let's have some fun. Let's drop one of those mines. Okay, that was not what I intended. I'm not going to do that. I wasn't going to. I just thought since I was up there, but I messed it up, so. But that's a good place to try that explosion trick. You know what? I can't help myself. I did it the first time I played the mission. Okay, that did not work. That would have been cool if it worked. I messed up. You guys will probably be able to do that. I'm not a good player when it comes to combat, obviously. We're going to head this way anyway. Now, I'm going to head that direction. You can do that. That's not even something that is possible only in New Dark. You can jump up there, but I'm going to show you the alternate route here. So here's some coal mines. You can go through this direction. So we're getting to a little bit of a platforming area now. Cave system. And then you drop down into the water from there. But you can take damage if you land on a beam there. So there, I didn't mantle up, so you can do that in Old Dark too. Then you get to that very watery area. Over on the other side is a door that is not probable from that side. So we're going to head down here now. Blocked off area here. Come to another cave system. There's nothing of interest on this side. There's a patrolling zombie here that we need to wait out. He's going to come back this way. Some barracks too. Those are not actual barracks, they're just the ambiance of barracks. Go through this area, we get to a little bit of a hidden location, an old hammer chapel or prayer room. Maybe this is the seminary that was talked about. 2 statues and 2 gold hammers. There's a spinning hammer as well that we cannot take. Total 1613. We're going to head back. Down this way, we get to a strange area. So this is now a point of no return for us, right here. Drop in here and there's no way you can get back up there. So this is a little bit of a spot for us. So there is a way to go back. We're not going to end up doing that, but there's one reason why we might want to go back later on. I'll explain why. Go into this cave, there's sort of an air pocket here. The diamond, total 1713. If you continue this way, you will come underneath the big shaft that we just swam down. If you climb all the way up this way, you come to an area where there is an elevator shaft. You can lower the elevator, but you cannot raise the elevator up here. See, it just stops like that. So what you have to do is you have to actually use a water arrow to get up. And then you come to the other side of the door that I showed you from the other side. That's how you can return. You can flip this lever and go back out, and the door's still closed behind you. So if you want to return, the only way to do that is to use a water arrow. Which, of course, I would not want to do. That's not against the Supreme rules, but I always want to minimize consumables if I can. Here is a dead barrack. That's not the one that is making the noise here. The noise is just ambiance. And just sort of making the point that this is indeed a... Oh no, sorry. Those are not alerts, they're just, like I said, background noise. In here we can find 2 goblets and a vase. Level 1803. Now we're going to drop into this tunnel. Nobody that can hear us here anyway. Go. Okay. So now we get to the mines. I'm gonna make a real set here. So these caves here can actually be pretty difficult to navigate, to be honest with you. We can't have those clunks there. We didn't have a problem with that last time. Very strange. There we go. Good. Up there to the left this is a coal mine system, and there's one way you should go here. If you go up there, you just get into an intricate web of little coal mines or coal tunnels that you don't really need to go to. Over here is a fire poker, total 2003. If you go there, you sort of come back to that same system. Up here is a closed off section, but the other way, you can mantle up. And this is the way you should go if you want to avoid those zombies. There's 2 zombies that sort of roam around in that area. You come out here. Here's an area with a zombie, a sleeping zombie. You can jump past him over there, but I'm going to come out a little bit of a different way. Because if you come out here, well, you can't go up there. And there's a readable, I think, in one of the rooms there as well. Is there? Or something to pick up at least. I'll come there another way. So now you come into sort of an open hub area. And we need to get up here. But there's something else to pick up down here first. See, this is a dead end. Let's see, do we want to go in here? Oh, not right now. I'll go down here first. I can hear that there's another patroller down here. These are all dead ends right here, but if you go this way, you can find the most well-hidden piece of loot in the whole mission. Is the last item that I found. A tiny, tiny ring. I was in here looking for a ring even, on the hand, but I couldn't see it, because you only can see part of it. It's worth 50 total, 2053. Okay. So in here there's a patrolling hammer priest. And in this, I think there are a couple of fire arrows. 2 fire arrows in a box. Nothing else of interest in here at all. Show you this. If you take this, then you actually end up coming back to that maze-like part of the coal mines. So here, this is all sort of leading to the same place here. Some dead ends here. Now we come back here to see where that leads. So there's no need to go there at all. So if we go down here, let's see. So if we walk down here, there's a cart that starts rolling. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that counts as a trap or not. It's not like we're triggering anything. It's not like we're stepping on a pressure plate or something like that. It's just an environmental item that starts moving because we are in a certain area. But I don't imagine anyone actually triggered or set up a trap where if somebody dropped down here, this will start moving. So I'm not 100% sure, but here's a flash bomb and 2 water arrows. Oh, come on. Did we get stuck now? We just did. Whoa. Gotta love the engine here. So if we move in here, which we need to get a loot, then that coal or mining cart will also start rolling. So is that a trap? Me moving into this tunnel, what has that got to do with that mining cart? To me, it doesn't seem like a trigger trap. It just seems like, you know, falling debris from the sky or something. So I'm not going to treat that as a trap, per se. A trap seems something that is deliberately made, a mechanical device that is deliberately made to hurt somebody. So I'm going to allow that. Plus, this mission can't be Supreme Ghosted anyway. But I'm going to count that as not a Supreme Bust. But I'm a little bit unsure. I think Marble Man actually did count it as a trap. I believe so anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. So if we... It's a confusing coal system, mining system to navigate through. So if we head up here then, after that cart came from up there, then we come down to the other side of this zombie right here. So here's a dead Hammerite, and there's a readable. I have made a grave error. We reached the wall of the Heretic's Hollow. I should have given the order to dig in the opposite direction. However, in my greed, I gave it the order to dig upwards and to the south. I miscalculated. The workers reached the Heretic's Hollow again, but this time the ceiling gave way and breached the hollow itself. Already the tainted vapour spilleth forth, taking our brothers to the builder, for none hath the proper blessings upon them from such evil. I hath ordered the mine be sealed against the flow. I will not leave until all others hath made it out. If only I had listened to Brother Martel. So this is how you avoid the gaze of that zombie there. Here's another one that triggers. So that would take us out to this level, which is where we need to be to climb up here. So I want to avoid triggering that mining cart there, which you can do because you can get up to that level a different way. Let me see here. See, there's a door frame that is wood here. So we can do that and climb up. Then we bypass that mining cart. Not that I think it is a bust, but it's more annoying to have to trigger that movement. So now we're on one of the upper levels. Here is sort of a dead body dump, it looks like. And this is a furnace area. And if you go in here, you can also trigger a mining cart. That we definitely do not need to do. Here you can hide so it doesn't hurt you. And then you come up to a room full of boxes that doesn't have anything interesting in it. There's a side tunnel here that can take you back, so you drop back onto the tracks. But yeah, I don't want to trigger that cart either. So we're not going to head down there. Let's see. Did we get stuck again? I'll just show you. You can move up here. You can get up to this level that way. Then you come to a stage, an arena, kind of. Let's see. Is that the way we're going to go? I actually do think so. Yeah, because this is where you're supposed to come up from below if you don't take that rope arrow trick. So let's see. I instead just want to do this. So over here there is a diamond. Worth 100 total, 2203. There's also a fire elemental that you can hear. Now you can actually rope arrow all the way up here. As such. Then you come above the arena. Right here. This is where you could have gotten from the storage room with the boxes. This way. Right? Yeah. Then we come out to the storage room that I showed you on the other side of that moving mining cart. But I didn't want to go up there because I wouldn't want to trigger that. So then you come to the level above the arena with the barracks. We're going to watch this fight, but not from here. We're going to go down the lower way. So now we took the loot, right? Yeah, 2203. It's a little bit difficult to explain. Now, in this fight, there are two barracks fighting two flaming spirits. We want the survivors of that fight, whoever it is, to face away. That means facing north. Normally the flaming spirits win pretty easily here. So this area here is what I assume is the Heretic's Hollow. So there are Berg tunnels up to the left there, and we want the flaming spirits to be left in those Berg tunnels and not come back down here, which they seem to be doing right now. There you go, just go up there. This seems very promising, actually. I was pretty lucky last time I played. I'm gonna just do a test save there. There's nothing interesting for us up in the Burrow Caves. These guys usually don't trigger to you right away. Was the other Flaming Spirit killed? I think actually the Burricks took out one of them. It's weird because the Flaming Spirits, when they settle down like this, they just stand where they are. But then when they fully settle down, then they become alert to you. It seems like they're just set to target the Burricks first. Oh yeah, here's a fire arrow that shows one of the Flaming Spirits were killed. Awesome. Okay, so then we have what we need here. We have a scenario we can live with. So up here is one of the graves of one of the brothers that were mentioned. So this is the keep key. So this we are going to take, and we're also going to need to return that. That is required for Supreme, but we need that key, and we've gotten it now. Now, luckily, returning it does not uncheck this objective, or actually, unluckily, because if it had, we would have had to keep it. That would have been mandated by the objective, so then we wouldn't have to return it. But since it doesn't, you guys can see it still remains checked, then we have to return it. Okay. Let me show you this next area here. So this is a little bit of a puzzle. There's a door over there that starts sliding shut. So we have to run and partly jump over there to get through it. You're supposed to use one of these 2 speed potions. There's also a healing and a holy water vial, but that you don't need to do. And nobody hears us jumping here anyway. Just do this. So this is a room full of urns, which I assume is the remains then of the cremated bodies. So sort of a tomb. None of these vases here are worth anything, they're just decorative. So you can't pick anything up. There's a fire elemental in the room to the west here. So we have to be a little bit careful. So I didn't think that the Flaming Spear would actually hear that. Here and see. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure what this is about. I've never seen this guy actually patrol before. I was wondering, is it the one that got killed? That suddenly came back, or is it the one that was stationary that now started patrolling? So why is he... try this one more time. I'm going to test this out a little bit. I don't want to get any alerts here unnecessarily. So now I would be able to go through here, right? I'm going to go back now and see if he actually alerts from that. I didn't think so. No, see, he doesn't. So he doesn't alert to us, it's just a part of his natural patrol route. That doesn't bode very well for our return to return the keep key. So we might not be able to do that then. I didn't see any changes in their behavior last time I played. But then both of them survived. I'm not sure if there's a difference when only one of them did. Okay, well we're gonna jump through this door anyway. Be on our way, and we tested now that we're not going to get alerted. So if you go through here, you can get to an upper area of the next room. Zombies here as well. Fire elemental is right underneath us. There's a tiara on this statue. And this is actually the crematorium to the front right here. We got spotted. At least two. It's difficult to mental into that window. I'll try. Guess you could just walk. So I don't want to stay into the... I don't want to stay along the bottom here. The problem in this room, or in this house, is that the zombies alert to the fire elemental outside. And sometimes they can see each other to the point where one of them starts shooting. Like, the fire elemental will start shooting. This is a holy water font in here. Here's the door. And he sees me over there. That's another patrolling hammer priest zombie. There. Nobody comes in here. And in here there's a scroll that we're going to read, but a stack of silver coins. Brother Mason, someone hath pilfered Kinbale's purse from my coronary room. An investigation should begin immediately, and I knowest where thou canst start. As for the key to the keep, it hath not been found amongst Kinbale's belongings. 'Tis possible he swallowed it out of mere spite. I would not put it by him. Unfortunately, he hath already been placed in the Heretic's hollow. No one may enter without the proper holy preparations. The evil there is as miasma. The two heretics who hath been buried there, thus far I believe, may have risen from death, as I heard scratching at their tombs whilst placing Kinbale's body. So those were the flaming spirits then. I would not recommend re-entry into the hollow until we devise stronger wards. crematorium's in here. I did not know that. I've never seen anybody in here. Let me show you. Here, there's one of the zombies. Up here's a healing potion and a flash bomb. There's also a key right here. But you can't take it, so I don't think that's, obviously that's supposed to be for anything. If you head down here, this is the crematorium itself with the furnaces and all that. On top of one of the furnaces there is a secret. Actually, out here. Actually, 2 more fire elementals down below. But there's nothing else of interest here. There's a secret that you can take to actually get up to the hallway again above. These doors, though, are not openable. This one is the last one, but from the other side only. I gotta wait a little bit before I go out here. Sure that I have time here. I think I do, actually. I want to head up here. And in here. Here's 2 water arrows. There's a ring in this bowl. 2 more stacks of gold coins, total 2490. That's all we really need from this crematorium building here. There's nothing else to really worry about. It's also an apparition you can hear. Let's make it reset. Yep. So it's difficult to mantle up if the ledge is very thin, because then you land in an awkward way here. Okay, so here, okay, this might be actually a little bit difficult, what I did here. Let me just show you where this leads. So here's a light that turns on, and this opens the door that can then lead down back to the crematorium. So it just sort of continues a loop there. So there's an apparition here that actually is quite difficult to... So I might have actually not been very smart here. I probably think that I need to wait for him to walk by here again. Did he see me? So difficult to detect apparition first alerts. I had a very hard time with that in Seven Sisters. So that was definitely an alert. But I think we probably can do it now before the zombie returns. There we go. We do that and then head up here. So he might have seen me there, but there's a small spot there. There. We should be safe, actually. Yeah. And then we can move on. There's nothing in here. No, there is. This is where we're supposed to go. Those doors do not work. Okay. So now we come to what's called the Valley of the Burned. Or maybe this is the back entrance to the Valley of the Burned. Regardless. Here's a pit that you can't really... Can't really go down. And then there's a weird room here. Down here is a bunch of vibrating skulls. There is one skull that we're going to take. All the vibrating skulls, I think, are bombs. And this golden bone here, if you frob it, you'll actually get transported to a different room. Okay? But there's a patrolling zombie on the outside that we're going to worry about. The skull was worth 100, total 25.90. Here are a couple of plaques or inscriptions. Take my hand and stand before me, wary of what thee might steal. Upon my foot a wrath most holy, my foes break beneath my seal. Same inscription there. Shrine to the builder's apprentice, slain in battle against the trickster himself. His body was never recovered, his soul is with the builder. So there's another bone in here. I don't think you can take that bone. No, you can't. But there's another bone somewhere, and I think if you put that bone in this casket, you actually heal yourself. I just reloaded there because I don't know if you, when you touch the bone, if you actually get healed. And I don't want that to count as healing in the stats. I don't think so, but... So up here there's a sleeping zombie and we have to follow this patrolling zombie. We have to head up onto one of these ledges here. Actually, let's first go in here. There's another sleeping zombie. You can jump over. Here's the bone that I talked about. I don't know what this does. This lever here doesn't seem to have any function that I've found anyway. But up here there is a very well hidden purse. Total 26.90. And we have a readable papyrus. 4 more bodies from Cragscleft, only 1 gold molar. Prisoners never have anything of value except in teeth, and even then. Some heretic named Kinbale was hung yesterday. Normally the captains are to be entombed here under my responsibility. Unfortunately, since they considered him to be a heretic, they sent him to the heretic's hollow. I hear he had a fat purse on him too. Maybe I could sneak into the master coroner's office for a peek. Everyone is fleeing from the valley, and the mines have been ordered sealed. No one should come through here though, so I can take a little something along with when I go. So that papyrus here is obviously a hint to the fact that there is a purse in here that he's taken from his body, because there was no valuables on Kinbale's body when we found it. So he will trigger on proximity, so if you go onto the table and then drop down, he will not give an alert. Okay, so back out this way is then the other entrance to the top. Okay, we need to head up the ladder here. Not sure if that's the sleeping zombie or the patrolling zombie that actually saw me. I think it was the patrolling zombie. How on earth? shoot a rope. Oh, we can't do that from the ladder. That's right, I remember that. We need to... shoot a rope up here. So that we can hop on it from the ladder. Because there's a couple of things up there of interest. Here's a goblet, and there's a... grab the rope again, and then the other goblet here. Here's the golden bone. I think if you put that in the casket, you get healed or something. So 2 goblets, total 2720. And then we have to drop back down onto the ladder here in order to not take damage. Okay, so that was a good jump, but we just have to... yeah, there he is, okay. Let's see. Maybe not that much. Here. Now we can continue all the way around. How on earth does he see me there? Let's see, we actually can jump straight up here, I think. If you drop here, this is the exit. Okay, so here is sort of a circular tomb area with some statues. Now this is very, very strange. I don't really know what to make of this. Because if you walk close to some of these statues, they'll just start moving. So I don't really know what that is. If it's supposed to be a, you know, a trap or something, but these won't hurt you. Even if you stand in the way. See? There's no harm from them. So they're just moving statues. I think it's supposed to be statues being alive or something like that. But it's not AI. They don't work like AI at all. So I'm not going to count them as traps. And I think this is the only one that we actually need to trigger. Is it? No, we can go around, actually. So I'm not going to count these as traps. I think even those are less traps than the mining carts, because the mining carts can hurt you, but they, to me, are not traps. That's not something that people have triggered to hurt you. So this statue here is the only one I think that we have to trigger. And if you stand right in front of him, he will not. He will just stop up against you. But there's no damage dealt. So that's one of the prerequisites of it being a trap, is to harm you or... yeah. Or at least lock you in a room. So we can go up here and take a couple of coins. There's 2 coin pairs and then a single coin. Total 2750. Now to get out of this room, there is double doors here. And not only will that zombie see you through the door, but he will also hear the door opening when you open it. And his patrol is so short on the outside that there's no way you can avoid that alert there. So we can't leave through that door. But luckily, we can rope up from below here. So that will be my my goal. He heard that. Yeah. Let's hide here. So that's where we could have come out then. We need to head up this way. That actually can be a little bit difficult. If you go quickly like that, you can do it. You can head up into this big tomb-like area here. So this is the Mask of Cologne here. There are some pressure plates that will trigger traps. They're definitely going to bust Supreme, so we don't want to do that. But we can grab the mask here, so that's obviously our other objective. He hears us. There's a last piece of loot in the mission is in here as well. So I haven't skipped any pieces of loot for Supreme, but we already have taken a bust, right? And we will take a few more busts too. So in a little cubby here there is a gold goblet, total 2765. That is max loot for the mission. Okay, so over here we have a door that is locked and not pickable, but there is a very well hidden key. I did not find this key at first. I thought I had to go back and find the key elsewhere, but it's right here. That is the crypt key that we need. And now we come back out to the area just close to the garden.
Is someone there?
Oh, wow. He sees us. I can't see him, but he can still see me. So now we have the keep key. Don't like the fact that it bumps into the crate there. So we want to lock block the keep door because we need to return the keep key here. And then we're heading back into and go through. Now we're actually going to go through the whole loop again. We don't have to pick up anything though. But we have to go through the whole area one more time in order to return the keep key. And we'll come out again here, and then I'll return the crypt key, and then I'll finally return the compound key. I think we have 3 keys. Yeah. But of course, if you want to skip this whole return of the keep key, then that's fine. Let me actually make a real save here, because I might want to go back the other way. If for some reason can't go this way, I'm not sure why we wouldn't be able to, but... Oh, he turns around right there. Okay, I didn't know that. So this is then the point of no return. Like I said before, you cannot return here, but you can return after we dropped off the keep key. You can go back this way, but then you have to use a water arrow to sort of hit that button to the elevator. So I'm not going to go back that way. I'm going to go back or continue forward through the crematorium. That he heard, but here again. So of course I'm hoping that the fire shadow is positioned correctly. It's up there. Yeah, it seems good. There, that's good. Nobody heard that. Nobody's moving, so nobody heard anything that I did. It's a little bit tedious to have to go through all this again, but it's not too bad, I guess. That fire elemental saw. Should be able to mantle up there if I just run. That it saw too. Why can't I mantle up there? I'm holding the mantle key. I don't understand why I can't mantle. Can't make it there either. Okay, I guess I have to go here then. Then we get spotted. So how he can see that? Isn't there like a solid... Like, yeah, so it is the patrolling zombie that sees me, or hears me maybe, I'm not sure. This move again. wait for him to come back here so we can time him a little bit better. So yeah, we're almost done. Just have to return the 2 keys and then head into the keep, and the mansion entrance is right there, basically. I grabbed my rope, yes. So now we want to block the crypt door. Drop the crypt key there. Check, because this is sort of... So the other guards saw me now. Come on. So the compound key we took right here. Okay, so we don't have any of the keys, and we are in the keep now. Okay, that's real save time. So all we really need to do in here is get to the top. Here is a chest with some fire arrows, I believe. There's a trap, so you can get it like this. But it alerts the people outside, and you don't need those fire arrows, obviously, so... Let's see... We're gonna head upstairs here. There's some broadheads. I think a total of 6. And then there's a haunt that patrols here as well. We're gonna let him pass us. When he is at the bottom, we can actually trigger a few traps upstairs that we have to trigger. It's going to be the second area where we bust this mission for Supreme. In this hallway here. So these little windows have arrow traps. There's no way you can get past this without triggering every single of those traps. There's an invisible line here, just at the start of each window, I think. Now, the wall doesn't go all the way up, but you cannot mantle over. You can't fit over there. And even if you made a stack and was able to crawl over, you have to return the items for the stack for Supreme. So There's no way you can do this. So we have to, I think, trigger 5 or 6 traps here. Let's see. You can just crouch to avoid them. 3. That one too. 4. 5. 5 traps in total. Nobody heard it. So we're good for Ghost, but that was the Supreme Bust. So if we head in here, I thought that maybe it would be possible to get up here and avoid all those traps, but you can't. But in here there are 2 mines, skeleton, and a readable, a scroll. Brother Jevanine hath become one of the damned. His rage over Brother Kinbale's execution hath been felt by all of us. But when he slew himself with his own trap, he came back as a cursed being, barring our exit from this wretched place. Brother Semmel hath hanged himself whilst I was asleep. I alone still cling to my faith, but I know not how much longer. If I had the strength, I would take the plunge down to the monastery. The aqueduct should still be open from repair. We should have listened to Brother Martel. There is one certainty. Something within these mountains is calling to the dead as well as the living. So there we go. Nothing else in there. And then all we have left to do is leave. And, one more thing I'm going to show you guys. So up here is what's called Infinity Crate. I think that just means it cannot be broken. So it functions like a normal crate, but you can shoot it, I believe, and smash it. And it doesn't break. Oh, it does. Okay, then I'm not really sure what it means. It's an Infinity Crate. I thought it couldn't be. Anyway, if somebody knows what that crate is about.
Ah, this is what I'm looking for.
So this checks off the last objective, and it should end the mission right here. So we found the mansion entrance then. So that was a successful Perfect Thief of the Valley of the Burned, first mission of the Gems of Providence campaign. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think. Like I said originally, it's like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not a fantastic mission. It's good. It's enjoyable. But it's a little bit too linear for me to be a great one. And even though there are some options, it is mostly a one-way trip and then a loop at the end. But the design is very clever. It's interesting. It's a very Thief 1-y, very Dark Project feel to it, which I like. I would say there's big parts of you know, cave systems like Crag's Cleft. I would feel that the pump station has a little bit of Thieves Guild vibe to it. The garden obviously has Constantine's Manor vibes, and you know, Lost City with the tombs that you have to go in and bone hoard maybe as well. So a little bit of everything there. So I'm looking forward to the rest of this campaign, but like I said, I probably won't get to that right away. The next mission, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to go back to Keeper of the Prophecies and do Insurrection. And then I have a few missions that I'm thinking of after that. There are a few, like I said, that haven't been ghosted ever before. We're trying to check off all those missions that are on the unreported list. So I want to do some of those as well. Total time 1 hour, 10 minutes, 2 seconds. We found all the loot, 2765. No locks picked, no backstabs or knockouts, no damage dealt taken or healing taken, nothing and nobody killed. So there we have it. Yeah, nothing more for me to say, except for thank you for supporting my channel, and I'll see you around when I see you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.